Bom dia, boa tarde, boa noite, meus queridos e minhas queridas. Aqui quem nos fala é o Bolha, passando só para avisar que esse vídeo vai ter perguntas, comentários e respostas em inglês, e a legenda vai sair assim que eu tiver um tempo de fazer, mas fique tranquilo que ela sai. Se você quiser fazer, fique à vontade também, beleza? Por agora é só, bora pro vídeo. Hello Mora, Bolha here. Unfortunately today you guys didn't get the expected result. I have a question that's kind of straight up to the point about the builds. Until about 20 something minutes in the game, the only thing we could see as a heal suppressor was the Bramble Vest on Volibear, and then after that, a little bit later, Ezreal got the Executioner's Calling. I know that that's definitely not the main factor why you guys lost the game, but on a comp with Sona, Sylas, and Aatrox, would you think that would be a priority for any other laner to get it, like a Morello on a Kali, or maybe another Bramble Vest just on Bard, or you think that would not make a difference at all? I understand that's not the reason why you guys lost, but do you think that will be a little bit of a help, especially in the early mid game?
Yeah, I'm just clicking through the game quickly now to see when the items were bought and stuff, because obviously I don't have this off the top of my head. If I just look through the game, so Ezreal gets Sheen first, fine. So really, okay, let me just break down. I'll answer the itemization bit in a little bit, but let me just quickly scroll through. So we tried to go for an early tower dive, which was kind of not set up super well because we fuck up the waves pretty much. The wave we have at tower is not big enough and not as we wanted it. It's like we're tower diving on 3 minions when that should be about 8 or 9 minions, like we talked about before the game. So we really fuck up the tower dive, number one. We pass over, we kill the Sona, Lux gets a kill, Sylas gets a kill. Okay, so this kind of fucks our game state a little bit, because ultimately what should happen in that situation is we should get summoners from bot lane, like we did. Then we shouldn't be giving up kills in that situation. Lux getting a kill is a real mistake, because it accelerates Lux's ability to buy Athenes or whatever else early. The reason, I think Ezreal goes Sheen first this game, I'm pretty sure, right? Yeah. So the reason Ezreal goes Sheen first this game is against Sona Lux. You have to try and accelerate the game kind of quickly. Hence why the Volibear pick is kind of important, and you see us trying to go for these early dives towards bot side, because if they work, you think of it like, do you remember the Garen Yuumi meta? Think Garen Yuumi from last year, right? The way you abuse Garen Yuumi was you dive pre-6, generally speaking. You tried to dive the Garen Yuumi pre-6, and tried to put the Garen Yuumi behind so it's delayed on its timeline to getting the items properly. So we tried to do that this game in the same vein. It's the same as Sona Taric, Sona Lux, Garen Yuumi. They're all vulnerable early game. They don't have the stats they're picked for in early games. So this is the window you have to abuse. Obviously I'm not microing the guys in game for what items to buy. My guess would be the Sheen is bought early in order to try and accelerate the game a little bit more and use advantages to take plates obviously more and to try and spike on fights. Now the problem we had is, where I see it, what are we now? We are 6 minutes. 6 minutes in game, we lose a couple of guys in mid we go 2 for 1 in mid. Which is really shouldn't happen. We have delayed play, we're not in the setup properly, we don't have the flank positions properly. If this fight goes correct, like Sona Lux should not be winning fights in early game. That's as simple as it gets. Sona Lux should not be winning fights early game. Ezreal with Sheen, if he's in the mid fight, we win this mid fight. If we get the kills off the mid fight, then Ezreal has gold to go and get tier and invest in an anti-heal, for example. Then we go into Drake. Then we start to siege towers, then we take one plate bot, we go up towards Herald, we take Herald early, we fight again at Herald, because Ezreal's accelerated, we have the anti-heal, we're in a really good spot around Volibear 6, Ezreal 6, Bard 6, we can split up the fight with Bardol. Back to your question about why there's no anti-heal early, because I think Ezreal can get anti-heal early, problem being, because he goes Sheen first, he has to get tier at some point, right? So he has to invest into tier. Now, can he go Sheen tier anti-heal? I guess, right? Morello can't be invested in early because it stunts Akali so fucking much. Like, what is Akali good? Morello? Yeah, she goes Morello second item, which is like the earliest possible time that Akali can get Morello. Kiana getting cut heal makes no difference because Kiana's not really hitting anyone. Bramble Vest on Volibear's fine. Bard can't really get Antioch, who's not hitting anyone. So the only point I'd make is Akali gets Morello as early as humanly possible. Morello first item means Akali's fucking useless. Kiana can't get it. Volley has it early. I think Ezreal can get slightly earlier, but honestly, like the way that fights panned out was all based on positional fights. You know, if you give them a flank position, they can win because they just want to ARAM and run at you. If we take a flank position against them, though, of Kiana and Akali, like you saw in the game a couple of times, especially that end fight, which was really, really close, and with the gold lead they had, or effective stats they had, that fight shouldn't have been close. But you saw how the comp should carry out. Yeah. Back to your question. Yes, we could have bought it earlier. No, I don't think it changed the game like you mentioned.
No, and I agree 100% with everything you said. That's exactly what I was thinking. Thank you, my friend.
We kind of just missed our windows, you know. If you miss your windows, you lose the game. That's it, you know.
No, yeah, I'm with you on that. Thanks, my friend.
No problem.
Hi, Mora, Thiago from Wildstar. Man, sad for you, but things will get better. I'd like to know, a defeat like this can be hard for everyone. How you guys will prepare the players' mind for tomorrow's game?
So right now, I obviously haven't really had a chance to talk to the players too much because the game kind of ends and I come into interview directly. So I haven't really had a time to talk to them. They're obviously not happy. That would be a fucking joke if they were happy with that. To reset the minds, we came into the weekend on a fairly good mindset. The guys seem pretty happy with the way the practice has been going. I don't think, honestly, mentality towards tomorrow will shift so much. I don't know the numbers, and I don't know if you guys know the numbers either of what we actually need to win the game, to qualify right now. Because the notes I have is, if Kaboom lose to INTZ, Kaboom are on 11-10. If we win, we are on 11-10, and if PRG win, they are also on 11-10. Kaboom have a losing record against us, but winning against PRG. We have a losing record against PRG, but a winning record against Kaboom. PRG have a losing record against Kaboom, but a winning record against us. So that's all the teams are fucking tied on numbers and in head-to-head. So I have no idea how we qualify. I don't know how it works. Neither do the guys. So my opinion is I will just tell them to go try and win the game tomorrow. Because that's all we can do. I have no idea about the numbers. And I think, honestly, even if at that point we can't qualify, which I don't think is actually a possibility, I think we'll still have a chance to qualify until the end of our game against Flamengo. So we're gonna try to just win the game. It's as simple as that, I think. We try to win the game. If we lose, we don't qualify anyway, right? We lose, we don't qualify. We need to look at it as a one-game shootout. If we win, we have a chance to qualify. No idea about the numbers. Not even gonna think about the numbers, because if we lose, it's irrelevant anyway, so it doesn't matter. We need to focus on winning tomorrow's game. Try and think how best to win, because Flamengo have shown some obvious weaknesses over the last few weeks. Granted, we've been fucking inconsistent ourselves, but, you know, they have some obvious weaknesses that we will try to exploit tomorrow and see what we can do. And if we win tomorrow, and we don't make playoffs, you know, we tried. We really tried. And that's the only thing I can ask from the players. Like, we've had a really fucking rough year. This year's been really, really rough for us as a team. We've had a lot of problems going on this year. The fact, honestly, a month ago, I didn't even think we'd be in the position to fight for playoffs. I thought we would have been out of it already. Given the way everything was going, I thought Flamengo or someone else would have run away with it a little bit more and we would have been out of playoff contention. So to go into the last day having a chance to make playoffs, if I think a month ago, I didn't think we'd be in this position, honestly. Like, I really wrote us off a while ago. You know, we've all been trying, but the practice wasn't going good, the performances were inconsistent as hell, and it was just really difficult to see how to honestly predict us making playoffs. So we have a chance. I don't know what the percentage on that chance is, but we have a chance. In sport, all you need is one chance, and it's our job now to try and reach out and take the chance. Because today we just, you know, to use a football analogy, I guess, we had a wide open goal in front of us, and we just fucking kicked the ball past the post. Like, we put it wide for no reason whatsoever. We should have won today. We should have been better today. We had everything set up to be better today. I want to say the draft was, you know, we've over the last few weeks we've changed our internal structure, and we've been passing around drafting responsibilities, and we've been changing responsibilities as staff. I think we made some obvious mistakes in draft that really kind of cost us today. You know, we just need to try and fucking win tomorrow. That's the short thing, and the players know that, and I think the players can motivate themselves. If they need motivating for me for a 1-game playoff to a 1-game shootout to make playoffs, they shouldn't be competing in sport, because this is why you compete in sport, for these opportunities to make the playoffs, to make the big games. And tomorrow is as big a game as it comes in terms of Santos Flamengo, and in terms of the destiny we have for our season here. It's as big as it gets. So if the guys can't motivate themselves for that, then I'm sorry, there's not much I can do for them, because, you know, it is what it is. This is as big as it gets for them, this split. This is all we can ask for. We have a chance. Let's try and use it.
So Mora, you asked for, you know, anything that you can make you feel better. Let's just think this way. How do you feel about only depending on yourself to get the spot? Because, you know, as you said, if you lose, it doesn't matter if you qualify or not. But if you win, you win. It's like either way, you just depend on yourselves. So does it get you a little bit relieved, thinking we should win, we are in?
Yes and no. It's great to be in a fortunate position where we can choose, you know, I've had the years of supporting my football team back in England, and, you know, been going to the games for 16 years now, and I've had so many experiences where you're sat on the last day of the season and you're waiting for one result to come in, and then you don't get relegated, or you get promoted, or you're waiting for goals to go in elsewhere. It's a similar position, but we're in control this time, thankfully. It's good to be in the controlling position, because it's fucking horrible to be in the position where you have no choice. You just have to sit back and pray. Pray to whatever you pray to, you know? Pray to the gaming gods, I don't know. But it's good, but do I think we are 100% going to win tomorrow? Obviously not. There's no 100% in sport. 100% doesn't exist. Are we going to prepare the hell out of our plan tomorrow and try and get the win? Of course we are. That's all we can do. Try to win. Pray that B-Boy doesn't want to carry. We see if we can win tomorrow. If we win, it's great. But as Volia said, if we need to win and pray that PRG don't win in under 30 minutes, essentially. So let's see. It makes me happy, but not happy at the same time.